It has been it has been quite a journey as we decided to go live today. There were a lot of moments that have come to mind that we've walked together. So, to everybody who's been a part of FEAL, you've been a part of one webinar or two or all five and have joined us for the sixth, thank you. Thank you so much for investing this time in yourself and investing your time with all of us at FEAL. Well, FEAL, Festival for Empowerment and Art for Life. And if you just sit back and listen to those words, say to yourself again, Festival for Empowerment and Art for Life. And what does it bring to mind? Does it bring to mind the very first webinar where you met all our panelists and got a glimpse into their webinars that had not yet unfolded? Or did you join us and that comes to mind, webinar 2, where dance movement therapy that was guided by Dr. Shoini Chakrabarti, along with the senior dance movement therapy practitioner, Tilotma Chaudhary. And do you feel that time when you listened to your body sensations? And are you feeling that that is something that you're doing constantly for your own well-being? Are you creating that space within yourself to listen to your body and to move towards healing? Are you also bringing to mind webinar 3, where we all joined in this space and joined Ruth Dillon as she took us into that space which is her gift to us, a space of visual art, and allowing us to be guided to creating our own gratitude journal, creating a space of creativity and allowing us to find our well-being in that space of color and touch and feel and creation. Does webinar 4 come to mind, where all of us actually just rested back and let the healing sounds of the gong bath and sound therapy that Sally Davies took us through allows us to find that resonance inside of us, and that kind of realigning that happened, at least for me, and the imagery that came to mind? Or are you remembering the webinar that happened yesterday, webinar 5, and that that promise that you made to yourself to practice and practice mindfulness and being present to yourself, all your senses? And that time around, Dr. Lata Narayan took us through that beautiful journey. So much to sit back and remember today. And you know what? Today, it's going to be exactly like that. It is going to be a time where you and we exchange feelings, we exchange thoughts, we exchange what really came up for us in this journey of feel, and then it is going to be an immersive journey as well. So if you're stopping by here, I'm going to say good decision, because we have to look forward to an immersive closing circle. Doesn't that sound amazing? So I want all of us to put a big smile on and to get ready for FEAL. This is our final webinar. And this time around, FEAL, Festival for Empowerment and Art for Life, brought to you by British Council in collaboration with Kolkata Shomved. It has been a journey that has been carefully and consciously been put together with love and and these amazing gifts that I'm taking back into my life, and I'm hoping you're taking back into yours as well. So welcome. And while you're here, ease yourself into your seats. Allow yourself to become present to where your feet are, where your hands are. How are your lips resting on your face? Is there a gentle smile? Are they relaxed against your face? Are you at ease right now? Or whatever else is coming up for you. Bring all of you into this moment and let's do our opening ritual together. I'm here now. I'm here now. All of me is right here now. One more time. I'm here now. I'm here now. All of me is right here now. And I'm hoping that you are saying that all of you is right here with us at FEAL. So like I just did, let's go ahead and put our cell phones on silent. Let's make sure that we have our well-being kit with us right here. So your bottle of water, I've got mine, reaching down to get it. Take a sip of water if you want. I think always a good decision. And make sure that you have your journal with you, that you're going to write down your thoughts, your sharings. There's so much that we want to make sure that we remember as our gift to ourselves as we move forward, right? So welcome. I am RJ Keisha, and I've been a radio jockey for close to 2 decades. I've also had the opportunity of anchoring on stage and interviewing and interacting with so many different people from different walks of life, corporates and people across different stages and different platforms. But being here with you right now allows me to delve into that part of me, that's constantly looking to feel well and feel self-loved and self-looked after. And while I'm doing that, I'm hoping that's what you're doing as well to yourself, gifting yourself this time. So I'm hoping you've also had a chance to follow me on YouTube with Mind Your Health, because Mind Your Health is my well-being space, is my well-being channel, and I'm hoping that you've had a chance to explore it. But today, as we explore this time together, are you ready? Because what I'm going to do is invite our very special panelists. They've been on a journey with us, and we've been on a journey with them. But we've had a lot of opportunity to share our feedback and to chat. And what do you say? Should we go ahead and invite our panelists to go ahead and get into this space, get into the spotlight, and share with us their feedback? What has been their journey like from, for most panelists, from the planning of FEAL through their webinar right now to joining us for webinar 6. Let's hear it from our very first panelist that we're going to invite, instrumental in making sure that we are here, instrumental in making sure that FEAL happened. We are welcoming Ashoka Fellow, sociologist, dance activist, and dance movement therapist, the founder director of Kolkata Shambhed, pioneer of dance movement therapy in India and South Asia. I know you're welcoming her with that round of applause that is completely deserving. Please welcome Dr. Shoini Chakrabarti.
Thank you, Kisha, for such a beautiful, introduction, which you does always. Thank you for that. Yeah, definitely. It is really a big journey. It's not only for me, but I also wanted to say that for Kolkata Shambhed as well. So I think I will share, I will definitely share my personal journey in this field space, but I also wanted to, share with all of you that how FEAL evolved. So I think like almost 4 or 5 months back, end of April, I just give a call to, Paramita, and said that why not, that pandemic started and it's so, that we are seeing that people are also facing so much of challenges, and we understand that mental health is need of the hour. So we said that why not we explore a well-being space online. So then, yeah, so the discussion, it was just an idea, but we were not thought out that it will be evolving like that. So with that idea, definitely me and Paramita invest a lot of time on that to explore, first explore that, and I also wanted to thank British Council to not only to collaborate or be a partner, but also taking the risk, so creating this well-being space. The British Council is also in very pioneering. They have a lot of cultural, explore cultural space, art space, so they are expert on that. But art and well-being and mental health is, I think, a kind of, we all are a little concerned also. So one thing is the basic concern was that how we can create a safe space, as well as how we can introduce also or check that do not harm principle, because it's online now, we are not able to seeing everybody. So we invest first, a lot of time on dialogue, discussion, and then we develop the concept note. And thank you, Ria and Maya, to put your thoughts also, to build the concept note at the initial stage. And then when we came in, so then Jonathan also from British Council, so he also gave, saying that how we can put this, that time the FEAL name not came. It's just, so as soon as me and Paramita said, okay, we will be going ahead with this, but we will put a lot of time, we will not rush. So then immediately, as soon as I get that, confirmation, so the panelist face came in front of me. I can visualize Sally. I gave a call in the midnight. Sally, will it be okay to be part of this? Sally said, yes, I'm there. So then I called Ruth. So Ruth said, yes, you just tell, Then I called Lata. So it's all happening in kind of night and midnight, and they all said wholeheartedly, yes, we are there. Then when it is finalized that who will be the panelist, then we are kind of thinking that then we need a moderator, So thank you, Sally, Ruth, and Lata, that in one word you said without thinking, without that, yes, we are there. So same, when we were thinking, so I know one moderator who have that energy to hold the entire 6 webinar. So immediately I spot out the next day, Kisha. And I said, I know, Kisha, you are very busy with your own channel and other thing, but it's really a commitment because it's a long journey which we have all started, even all the panelists and all. So then Kisha said, yes, there is no question. It's well-being. We are on the well-being and we will create the space. So then we, started to explore on the name, that what will be the name. So then it's good that Ruth took that responsibility and came this beautiful name. Like explore a lot of names. She was giving a lot of ideas that this can be, this can be, this can be. And then finally we, choose that, okay, it is Festival of Empowerment and Art for Life. So how art and empowerment also can integrated, how art and well-being can be integrated, and how, that can be integrated in life and everyday practice. So thank you, Ruth, again for that. And then now who will be leading this? The team. Definitely Namrata is there on behalf of Kolkata Shangve, but it's not possible only for Namrata to do this. So we need, because we are not that much expert also doing it in online. So immediately we spot Malik. And Malik, you have to do it. There is no other option. So Malik said, okay, it is new thing. It will be a new learning for me. I am there. So then Namrata and Malik. So team is, growing. So thank you, Namrata and Malik, because I wanted to tell that they were 24/7 available for anybody, for anyone. So that's not easy. It's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, 12 in the midnight. For anybody need any help, they make ensure that online we are comfortable to run this, webinar. So then who will be document this? Because that is also important to make the process, because we want to ensure with all of you that it's not just doing a webinar so that you can get resource, you can get some benefit for yourself, you can get some material, you can get some ideas, and at the end, you will also receive a reflective documents. So that's very important, because we are jointly, we are co-creating the space. So then Krishnendu and Shruti, and they said yes, and I think Krishnendu also having some exam and all, but yeah, but they agreed. And then with the, with Paramita, this guidance, so this team has been developed. So now the thing is that then what will be the communication? Then from British Council, Shonali and Manish, they came. So with them, with Gayatri and Paulomi, and so the communication plan has been developed. So this is how we evolve the space first within ourselves. And after that, Adhiraj came. So Namrata communicated with Adhiraj. So Adhiraj, thank you so much to creating all this beautiful communication material. And, it's really, really helpful. And thanks Gayatri and Paulomi also to ensure that how this communication material always available on social media platform with the link. So they constantly ensure that with the takeaway. So every person in this, engaged, most of them are not, seeing on the screen, but, it's not possible. It's not possible by us or by me or by only, one or two people. So this is, and they work tirelessly from, especially from month of June. So for last 3 months, all of us together, is preparing this space. And then definitely, there is you, all of you, because without you, we cannot make this. We have a good team, we have a invested team, we have a committed team. But if we do not have the committed people who are really not only going through the processes, but who are helping us also to learn and grow with their feedback and with their reflection. With your feedback and with your reflection, we actually grow from each webinar. So whatever, came, like for example, some people gave a feedback that if this feedback form can be, this way. So we immediately team sit and started to work. So those are a lot of, areas. I hope I'm not missing anyone. And definitely all the member of Kolkata Sangved and Radhika especially, a special thank you for your such a beautiful, inspiring note to all of us. And Tilottama, thank you so much for beautifully designing the demonstration part of, the dance movement therapy session. So it's, you can see that each and everybody, how much they have been constantly contributed. So Shubham, Shubham, thank you so much, because Shubham is working with Namrata constantly on this, each live webinar, that how the photographs has been documented, how Facebook live comments can reach to us so that we can, as a bigger audience, we can know about that what's happening there. So So this is a team, and this is how we evolve in this space, in this well-being space. And definitely I learn from each the panelists that, Lata, thank you for bringing that witness, WITHNESS, to us. I think that's a big, big, big learning. And thank you, Sally, to reduce my anxiety. So I am able to relax, because in your session, I was completely lie down and, relax and reducing my anxiety. Ruth, thank you for, helping me to reopening my gratitude journal, because long time I was not opening that. So I created one. So this is the new one, and I created, and I am, started again. So it's, so it's so, like, if I say, then I need lot of hours and hours. So I hope I didn't miss anyone. Again, I'm saying, Kisha, check. And Kisha, thank you so much. Yesterday also in this webinar, life gave me an opportunity, challenge to appear in an exam, in a different exam. So I think that is also a big learning. And Paramita Di, also thank you so much for, always being there to guide, to help, to support. And I hope I'm missing anybody from British Council, any member, or Shongbed, any member, or anybody else. Please, you can write, Shoini ma'am, you forgot my name, or Shoini Di, you forgot my name. So because I am also human, and I'm not listing it out, I am just, you are within me as well, as a gratitude person. So I feel so loved, so cared, so supportive. So that's all I wanted to say. And thank you very much. And thank you for being with us. And thank you for believing in us that, yes, art can bring this, art can create this space.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Shoni ma'am, what we're doing right now is just sitting back and enjoying even because words can create well-being. And I think you've shared just the right amount for all of us to feel like you've given us a hug. So thank you so much. Garima Barucha says, ma'am, you forgot to thank yourself. Well, from all of us to Shohini Chakrabarti, thank you so much. Thank you. A huge round of applause. Yes, shabash, shabash. That was so beautiful. And how are you feeling now? Because I know you made it a thank you note, but how are you feeling now?
I said I am feeling very loved, cared, and support. And it's oof, a feeling like oof.
Lovely. We're all taking that back. Everybody, you can do that. It's like a feeling so good. Like your cup of joy and love is overflowing. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Well, the comments are coming in. And while that is happening, we are now going to invite another one of our lovely panelists to join with us. And like each one of our panelists, for each person actually who's been a part of this journey, the entire team, it's been an investment of time and dry runs and brainstorming and making sure that everything's falling into place. So there are many dry runs before what you see right here. And I'm now going to invite a panelist who's made sure that we have our own way of being able to say thank you, or our own way of being able to say, I'm feeling gratitude and I want to put it down. You know who I'm talking about? Well, exactly, you're right. Uh, our panelist who took us into the world of visual art therapy and allowed us to leave there feeling so much of joy and gratitude. We are now going to welcome visual art and educator whose mediums include photography, film, stop motion, and 3D installation. And she teaches at the University of Liverpool, is also a Tate Exchange Associate, joining us from there across many seas. But I love technology because it connects all of us today don't you? Well, it's time for us to get connected and listen to Ruth Dillon. Please put your hands together for her.
Thank you, Keisha. Thanks, everyone. And hello, everyone, and welcome. And before I say anything, I just want to thank Paramita from British Council, Shahini from Kolkata Shamved, and all the panelists and everyone for showing up. We've all brought our processes to this experience. And I think what I've learned is it's the journey, not the destination, that matters. I think at this moment in time, both Kolkata Shamved and the British Council have taken a very brave position, because how do you transport the very physical experience of dance, music, visual art onto this medium? So in some respects, I can only applaud Paramita and Shahini, because when Shahini rang me and said, would you take part? Now, I didn't hear what it was I was going to take part in, but I just said yes anyway, because whatever Shahini does, I back her 100%, because I spoke about that circle of people, and for me, that circle of women who I can aspire to and be inspired by, and Shahini is definitely one of those women, just amazing woman. So I didn't even ask what it was. So then, when I realized what it was, now bear in mind, I teach every day, university students. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But as the wonderful Keisha said, she gave us a little story, a parable about the sunflowers. When there was no sun, the sunflowers, instead of reaching up to the sky, they would turn towards each other and they would draw on each other's energy, and they would nurture and they would bloom together, and that would keep them alive. And in much the same way, the practices that I shared with everybody evolved along the way. They were connected to Shahini, to Lata, to Sally. There was sound, mindfulness, and enjoyment. And more than anything, the process is always key. But what I discovered for my own mind was, in this process, what became apparent to me was that sometimes it's really important to take personal responsibility, not just for our physical well-being, but for our mental well-being. So all of these practices helped me. And I felt that what I created in my mind and what I actually participated in were very different things. And I can't thank you all enough for giving me the opportunity, and to everyone who attended, for sharing your art, because I believe it was Garima Barusha who sent me some kind words and sent me a picture from her 8-year-old daughter, the things she loved about her life. And I think it's wonderful for us to do that. But not only did Garima and her daughter, her husband did it as well. Because these practices, it is about that sunflower. We are creating a circle and a community. So thank you for being my sunflowers, and thank you for shining a little bit of light and joy and gratitude on me. I am so, so grateful. So thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for being part of my circle.
Well, I just want to smile because I think even those kind words kind of included us. It didn't feel like we were at such a far distance. I feel everyone is connected right now, and we're all in this one. It actually feels like physical space. It's beautiful. So thank you so much, Ruth. I think everybody's got this gentle ease in them right now, and somebody who brought that ease into us for a very long time, right through her entire session, was somebody who made sure that sound found its way into our life and allowed us to, for a lot of us, sit back and ease our way into feeling well. So Maybe please now hear from sound therapy practitioner, someone who lives off the grid. And I love saying that because I think it's aspirational for a lot of us. She lives off the grid in West Wales, provides a range of sound therapies and retreats from her home. And she's had many years of experience working in the mental health field. I'm looking forward to hearing from her. And for everybody who's watching, you're going to look forward to hearing from her as well. And maybe later today, she's going to ask you to join in the sharing of sound. I don't know. But right now, it's time for Sally Davies to join us and share her journey with us. Everybody, please put your hands together.
So thank you very much, Keisha, and thank you everybody, particularly to Shohini and Paramita, for your enthusiasm and your inspiration, really, of getting this whole festival going. And I think for me, one of the things that I've really enjoyed, well, first, before I go into that, as Shohini said, when she contacted me, my first, like Ruth, I just said yes, without, well, it was just the start of an idea then, so none of us really knew exactly how it was going to turn out, but the idea of it just sounded amazing. And to be bringing so many people together in this time of difficulty for everybody just sounded a perfect thing to do. I think one of my takeaways has been, you know, I'm immersed on a day-to-day basis in mainly in sound, but to bring all these other aspects into it, like the dance and the art and the mindfulness and meditation, and to bring them all together and to realize how enriching that is to all of us to be building on these different layers. And, you know, the more we can build up our different aspects of our practice, the more we build up our resilience. And, you know, so if I practice mindfulness, that's going to help me in my sound healing that I can offer to other people. If I can move more freely in my body and be more aware of my body, that's going to help me in the work that I offer, as well as help me as a person. And the same with getting involved in Ruth's session. You know, my creativity, the more I can be creative, the more that'll help me in my work. And one of a specific takeaway is actually, I feel really inspired to make another CD and actually put that on an MP3 basis, because I've realized for me the connection with people, the reconnection with people that I already know, like Shohini back when I was in Kolkata many years ago. It's been lovely to have that reconnection, but to build up these new connections with people has felt very special. And it's made me realize, I think that's one of the things that this pandemic has shown me, is we are all one global family. And the more that we can help each other and support each other, the more those connections can be built up, the more it not only serves us in this pandemic, but also for other things which are affecting us globally. And I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but it's something that I feel quite passionate about. Climate change, you know, that is affecting us all and will be affecting us all. And the more we can make these connections with each other to fortify and support each other, then the better, the more we'll be able to cope with whatever life throws at us. So I'd like to thank all of you for your part in my process in this festival. I've really enjoyed it. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sally. I think that's the beautiful thing, right? It's been a collaboration. It's been giving and receiving and sharing, and everybody has had this opportunity to learn. And thank you so much, Sally, for sharing with us. And Now we want to welcome somebody who got us in this place of just being present yesterday. And I'm hoping that you're still able to go back to that moment and be present with all your senses as I invite Dr. Lata Narayan, professor from the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TIS, um, in Mumbai till 2017, and her work includes training and facilitating. But she's been somebody who's constantly making sure that now it's time for her to bring mindfulness into our home spaces and into our lives. And that is what yesterday's journey was. Well, her gift to us, we know. What was our gift to her? We're going to hear. Can we please have Dr. Lata Narayan join us and share? And everybody, please put your hands together as we welcome her.
Thank you, Keisha. I feel I've just met everybody, and I'm coming back, which is a very nice feeling. There doesn't seem to be much of a gap or a space. If I go to the beginning of this journey, like I may have said, Sohini, as usual, called me, and it's very difficult for me to say no to her, and she gently orders me. Okay, so it's a gentle order. And I remember I was pretty a little worried because I'm relatively new to the virtual world. And I told her, but how fast is it? When is it? So she explained, no, there's time. This was in July, end of August, lot of time. I said, okay. And before I knew, August came. And then she said, come on, come on, come on. And that was very interesting. My biggest anxiety actually was because it's relatively a new experience to be in the virtual space. And especially a session in a theme which requires so much of process. I mean, you do it, you get immediate feedback, and then you flow along with that session. So that I thought would be a big stress factor for me. But I did, and the balance between how much do I structure the session and how much do I let it flow. Because face to face, it's much easier to do that. So that was again a thing. But once, and I was so happy that I could participate in all the other webinars of FEAL before I set in fact, because I could see the connections between the sound, the visual arts, the dance, everything just flowing in. And I realized that these are all vibrations which flow into our body, which is also full of vibrations, which I said, which is energy. So it just seemed an integrated whole, and I really didn't feel disconnected with any of the other sessions. It just flowed, and it was really, really beautiful. Once I set my intention and I engaged with the virtual space, I really found it very satisfying. I really felt and sensed the collective energy of the audience, their feedback. I really didn't feel so much of a distance, even though I couldn't see all of you. I could really feel your presence because of your feedback. And there was a flow of energy to and fro as I was giving you the commands or whatever. Having Keisha as part of this whole thing has been very helpful, really, really very comforting, especially during the dry runs and I always felt, okay, I'm just looking at a participant, and so whatever she is what, the audience would be. She reflects that. It was so unfortunate that you couldn't be with us yesterday during my session, but I must say Sohini did a fabulous job, and she took on the challenge very well. In fact, it helped that we both know each other so well. So it kind of, flowed, and it was very comfortable. Thank you, Sohini, for taking up the challenge and putting the resilience test to. You've passed with flying colors. All in all, it's a new, interesting conversation which I'm having, and even now when I'm talking, with a virtual community, a virtual reality. At times I was feeling like a TV anchor. I was thinking, oh, maybe this is how they feel, they don't see anybody and they're listening. But anyway, it was a really, really beautiful experience. And I must say once again, thank you, Paramita, thank you, British Council, and thank you for putting up with whatever we did. And I know, and all the processes we had to sort of share and the initial emails and all that. And yeah, all those who gave me the positive energy to experience this, all of you in the audience, I've really felt you, and your feedback has been so nourishing and encouraging for me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Latana Ryan. And well, for like yesterday, I wasn't able to be a part of the webinar, but what we can do is make sure that we go back and watch the recorded versions of all the webinars. So if you want to go through the mindfulness practice yesterday, resilience and gratitude and compassion, you can watch yesterday's webinar on the Kolkata Shambhav Facebook page. Watch Dance Movement Therapy, Webinar 2. Watch Visual Art Therapy, Webinar 3. Go through the sound bath again, Webinar 4. So, I'm going back and kind of revisiting them, and what you can as well, and invite all your friends and families to do that. So while we move forward, I want to invite somebody who, when I was asking about her and stopped on over at Dr. Shohini, she said that this person is nurturing, she's exploring, she's reflective. Well, let me share with you who I'm talking about. Somebody who's the head of Arts East and Northeast at British Council. I'm going to ask her to share her journey with you, and you've heard her name from nearly all our panelists. Yes, I'm inviting Paramita Chaudhary to share with us how is she feeling right now. Well, we are at webinar 6. Welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here today with all of you. And looking back, I can't even imagine we are at the 6th session of our webinar and we walked so far. When we thought of this particular festival series, that was way back. And at that time, the pandemic had just set in. We were so thrown so unexpectedly into such an uncertain situation. We were also confused, grappling with what needs to be done. We had no idea how long it would be, how much we'll have to go through. And suddenly we were all disconnected, isolated, and away from each other, and away from all that we had been used to for forever. So under this context, what came to mind is that mental wellness, feeling good, feeling alive, feeling connected is very, very important. And what better way to connect it than through art and culture? And that is when we started, Shohini and I started thinking about this West webinar series, because the biggest gift that we get from art and culture is that, it comes to you, and when you start interacting with it, things happen so, what shall I say, so subtly, so magically, that you won't even know what is happening to you, but suddenly you'll see there is magic inside you, and there is magic with all that you're connecting with. So, that was a power, that was an inspiration with which we thought, okay, let's try this out. And we discussed it with Shohini, we discussed it internally within British Council, and we all thought it would be a great, what better way than to connect in these such difficult times. So that is how the webinar came up. And then when I look back, I see, like curating, like sculpting, like drawing, like, creating a piece of music. It's how we curated it together. What should be there, what were the different, demonstrating the different facets of art that can come together. Bringing together Sally, Ruth, Lata, Shohini, and weaving it all into an integrated canvas. And then bringing in Keisha and who's holding it, like putting it up on the wall. So it's been so fantastic. And then how do we reach out to our audience? It's not that we can have a room where everyone can come in. It's such a large, unconnected, uncertain world there, and yet exploring the different mediums, the webinar space, the Facebook space, the YouTube, the Instagram, the word of mouth, and then creating a virtual community out of nothing at all. A world which is, which takes you away from the uncertainty and the angst and makes you heal and love and energized. So that has been the biggest takeaway from this webinar. Another very important takeaway has been the selflessness and commitment with all the panelists who've come in. You know, thinking of their sessions, giving the time, the so many rehearsals, so many dry runs, so many planning sessions, evening, afternoon, coming together, chatting, email talks, WhatsApp conversations. I mean, everyone has had such busy lives. But in spite of that, coming out and reaching out to make sure we all have a better world to live in has been, I mean, so overwhelmingly, what shall I say, a treasure trove has opened up for me. And finally, all of you, the participants who are out there, you didn't know what to expect. You just knew that, okay, this is going to something, let's see, or maybe experimental, maybe curiosity, maybe some kind of, okay, I have this need, maybe it will respond to it. But coming together, as Kisha said, one webinar, two webinar, more than multiple webinars, but connecting, speaking out your thoughts, sharing your gratitudes, sharing your concerns is again, filled in the, what shall I say, the well, the river, is just filled in. And most importantly, the set of volunteers we have, the people who worked 24 by 7. I mean, Shohini's named all of them, but I'm so grateful because, their faces can't be seen, their names are just names, but how hard they have worked to make this possible. What shall I say, the spine behind this webinar. So today, when I look back, I just feel an overwhelming sense of gratefulness that we've been able to create such a strong sense of connect, and that is so inspiring and so strengthening. So thank you very much. Lot to learn, lot to reflect, lot to learn from, but standing in the middle of the journey and hoping a lot more will come ahead. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Paramita Dee. Everybody has become a part of the circle, and I remember Ruth once mentioning that when you're interacting, everybody becomes a circle where you can support each other and you turn towards each other for well-being. So I'm taking that back as well. The lessons and the sharings and the takeaways are immense, and so everybody at home right now, you were waiting for the experiential bit. It has happened. It's right here. And it's time now for the immersive closing circle. I am looking forward to this one. And we're going to start out with a very beautiful journey. Yes, it's going to be over the next couple of minutes. We're going to invite Dr. Lata Narayan to take us into this reflective space of what really are our takeaways, a kind of cementing it in our presence and in our consciousness. Dr. Lata Narayan, we're looking forward.
Thank you. Thank you, Kishan. Okay, as usual in my session, the first thing we do is sit straight, spine straight, feet on the ground, rounded, seeking the resource from the earth, the energy from the earth to support us. Let's take our attention to our feet, heels, shin bone. Sense what's happening. Our calf muscles, knees, thighs, hips, abdomen, all parts of the abdomen, chest, our spine, entire back, our shoulders, arms, hands and fingers, neck, throat, entire face, the back of the head, our entire body. Now let's go to our breath, our normal breathing. Let's keep our hands on our heart. With thankfulness and gratitude to our body, our breath, ourselves, for looking after us and making us experience, facilitating our experience of the entire FEAL journey. Let's express our thanks for keeping us safe, healthy, and ready for this entire journey. Now let's go back to the day each of us heard about FEAL. Each of you in your personal lives heard about this festival FEAL. How did you hear about it? What was the intention you set for yourself when you signed up? What were all the factors which facilitated your attending these sessions? Who were the people who helped you and facilitated you in supporting you to attend this FEAL? There could be people you know. There could be factors which were not in your control. Somebody by chance mentioned it. Let's give our thanks to all of them who suggested and told us that FEAL is happening. Let's think of all the factors, other factors which have facilitated and supported us. The concept of time. How was it that time was made available for this in all our busy schedules? Our intention, our working out schedules, and also sometimes things just happening and falling in place for us to fulfill our intention. Let's thank time for being with us and supporting us in this journey, making us free to be part of this. What about space? In this lockout, some of us have very little space and we need to adjust. We need privacy. You have all those instructions which we panelists gave you. How did that happen? Who supported you? What supported you? What were the energies? Let's be grateful for that. Think about technology. No, one of our biggest concerns is, will the internet work? Do I have a laptop? We take these for granted, but we could be together in this circle, in this virtual community, because of these access to these factors. Thank those who made these accessible to us so that we can use these opportunities. Think of all those who I have not mentioned, who have been part of supporting you in this journey. Maybe cooking a meal for you and taking away that space, which is your duty. Or somebody standing in for you for a particular role or a particular activity where you could be free to be part of this. Let's acknowledge them and thank them. And sometimes we're not even aware that there are people behind us supporting us. And of course, let's thank all the virtual audience who have collectively, we all have put in our energies together to build this collective energy with which we have all vibrated in our own way. And lastly, let's thank the universal energy for creating the magic that Paramita spoke about. In full gratitude, let's be with this sense of thankfulness and gratitude. Take a deep breath in, and when you feel ready, aligned with the environment, you may slowly open your eyes with the same sense of gratitude. Thank you.
Well, this beautiful, beautiful journey. Thank you so much, Dr. Lata Narayan. I think you've given us magic to stay in our life right now. This tool that can come in handy. So, if you've come to this present moment, we've got a beautiful new way using technology to its fullest of sharing our feedback. So, the first one is if you've attended this glimpse into Dr. Lata Narayan's session, or if you were there yesterday in building resilience through mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion, then we'd like to know the mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion session helped me too. You can choose one or more options. So, connecting in mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion. The session helped me to get mind and body stillness, or inclusion and connection to all of life. And the second one is major takeaways from this session for yourself. Is it range of practice possibilities, expanding connections with compassion? So go ahead and submit it, because that's what we want you to do, and share your feedback. And while you're doing that, we want to thank you for being present here, everyone who's 18 years of age and above. And if you're younger than 18 years of age, please make sure that you have an adult who's joining you in this immersive closing circle, webinar 6 of FEAL. Thank you so much, Dr. Lata Narayan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And it is an immersive closing circle. So we're going to go to the next part of our circle. And this time around, we're going to stop on over with color and with this beautiful journal that I'm hoping you've created, your gratitude journal. And I know Ruth Dillon is going to take us further and immerse us further into our gratitude practice. Ruth?
Thank you, Keisha. So, as we started on a previous session, we explored how we could create a gratitude toolkit and use some visual, simple art techniques for the well-being of oneself and for others. So today, we're going to continue with that, but first we're going to choose a colour. Really pick your favourite colour, or even pick somebody else's favourite colour. So I'm going to pick Keisha's colour, which is yellow, even though I'm definitely pink. And I think it's subconscious that I'm wearing pink because our emblem is black and pink. But here you go. So I'm going to pick yellow, and I'm going to ask you to visualize the colour and bring it in and feel the breath and feel the colour on the tip of your nose. Bring it up over your head, down over your shoulders, to the base of your spine, along to your knees, to your feet. And this colour radiates, it brings energy and back. And let this colour rest in your stomach. And just as we're fired up with whichever colour it is, we'll breathe in and we'll breathe out. Colour connects us, as do our emotions. And today we celebrate our gratitude through practice. So as we come back to the space, I want to share a little practice with you. So here's a gratitude jar. Now in this jar, this is a practice you can do with some of your friends, some of your family. This is one that my friend gave to me. But you just take a jar, a simple glass jar, and embellish it. What you do with your friends is you cut up some coloured cards and you write little things like thankful moments. Make notes of moments that make you thankful. In a different colour, moments of laughter. Things that have made you laugh. Now, just as we do this, I want you all to really think of something that made you laugh. Like, really think of it. And feel that laughter, feel that joy, feel that connection to the person. These are beautiful moments that we must celebrate. Memories worth saving. Well, today is definitely a memory worth saving. And I will treasure it. What about surprises? Have you had a nice surprise? Or can you give somebody else a nice surprise? One of my gratitude practice, an external practice of selfless service, is to do something nice for someone, but they don't know you're doing it. I used to always put money in my dad's pocket, in his coat pocket, because that joy forgive me. But when I put my hand in my pocket and I find money, even if it's mine, I think it's free money. And I'll spend it whatever way I want. So I always used to do that with my dad. With my mum, I'd make things. So nice surprises. The beauty of nature. Find something that just stirs your soul and your spirit. And the final one would be thankful moments. But you just choose these cards, you write them down, then you pop them in your gratitude jar. And I've just put this on, a bit of string around the top. But you know, I have lots of strings with different things on. My favorite is love. And then each day, come along, pick one out. And if you're having a tough day, you can pick one out. So that's one gratitude practice that I'd really like you to give it a go. Don't necessarily do it on your own, because we're trying to create circles and create connection. So you can do this on Zoom. You can do it with your family, with anyone. And the second thing, I have my gratitude journal, one of my own ones, and this is from 2017. Now, what I'm going to do in it, and what I'd like to ask you all to do, is firstly think of somebody who has inspired you and who has helped you change your life. It's a big question, and doubtless there are people who have inspired you and helped you realize something that is vital and key to you. Maybe they've helped you believe in yourself, see your potential. And what I'd ask you to do is to write a thank you note to them. But first, I'd like you to write down 3 reasons why you're thankful to that person. So I'm going to put Shahini down on mine. I am, because she's got to get a thank you note after this for sure. So I'm going to say, I'm thankful to Shahini for her vision, for women and girls to live a free and empowered life. So that's one thing. I'm also thankful to Shahini for connecting to me and asking me to participate and giving me the opportunity to be part of this amazing thing. One more thing, and one thing I am grateful. I'm just going to throw this one in. I love Shahini's hair, so I'm just giving it a nod for that. We've got to have these thankful moments. I'm just a girl. I'm a girl, but I love your hair. So I'm thankful for always having that gorgeous chic cut. Okay, now we're going to turn this practice around. So what I want you to do in your own time is I'd like you to write a thank you note to yourself. All those moments that have been challenging, I want you, as you are today, part of our circle, to show up and to let that person, those challenges, acknowledge that you've lived through them. And that's what I'd like you to do. So Keisha, what are you grateful for?
For people in my life, especially my husband, who is my strength, and for his stillness and his selflessness. Well, I think you've left me with so much to be grateful for. I'm feeling immersed, and I think that's the reason why it's called immersive closing circle. So everyone at home, I'm sure you're writing in as well, and all our panelists are nodding, and we can sense that. So we've got Ruth. So can we move forward now to the poll? Yes, we're moving to the feedback. Thank you so much, Ruth Dillon, because you've got us to immerse ourselves in our gratitude practice to others and very especially to self. So creating a daily gratitude practice with, you could choose or choose all, 1 or 2, my own gratitude postcard, my gratitude journal, drawing the circle with all who encircle me, creating a daily gratitude practice with, and you can see the beautiful options up there on screen. The second one is a daily gratitude practice includes syncing with the moment, connecting with mind, body, and emotions, and or embracing the positives in my day. And this is according to you, so there is no right and wrong, there is just your version. And then finally, you have colors help embrace, and you can go ahead and choose Right. So if you've chosen, then it's time for you to go ahead and submit. Well, I've done it. Have you? Well, we're hoping you have. Thank you so much, Ruth. And well, feedback with technology. Thank you, technology, as well. And everybody is constantly adding to create it so that we connect with each other across the world. And it's time now for the immersive circle to continue moving around. And this time around, we're going to stop on over in West Wales, somewhere off the grid. Sally Davies, can you take us into this part?
Hello, everybody. Yes, and I'm actually not in Wales today. I'm in England because I'm visiting my 91-year-old dad and staying with him. So I'm near Stratford-on-Avon, where William Shakespeare was born. So yes, the first week I was in a van, then I've been at home and now here. So it's great how we can just still stay connected wherever we are. And just the thing about circles that I think is really lovely is that, and this immersive closing circle we have, is the way that we can all connect. And it's different to, you know, if you're in a line, it means that somebody at the end of the line is hanging on without a connection. But when we're in a circle, we can all come together. And so I've put the words of a song that I'm going to sing, and what I'll invite everybody in the audience, everybody here to join in. And it's all about being in a circle and holding each other in our love. And I've really felt that. I know when I did my sound healing session, I was blown over by the feedback that I had and people's feedback. So let's have a go at doing Hold You in Our Circle. We hold you in our circle. We hold you in our love. We hold you in our circle. We hold you in our love. We hold you in our circle. We hold you in our love. We hold you in our circle. We hold you in our love. And one more time. We hold you in our circle. We hold you in our love. We hold you in our circle. We hold you in our love. Just feeling that energy connecting us all together. And just as the sounds from the Koshi wind chimes, these gentle sounds, the sounds and vibrations from the instruments, feeling these sounds connecting us all across the seas, across the lands. What I'd like to do is to invite all the panelists now to unmute themselves and to join me with sounding an Om. And as the Om is a sacred sound that is known generally as the sound of the universe. And Om is all encompassing, the essence of ultimate reality that unifies everything in the universe. And to me, this is a real good representation of us as a global family, all together in the sounds of creation. So I'll invite everybody at home as well to join me. If you prefer to sing an R or an O or whatever sound, and it's like making, sometimes when we're all together, we can't actually touch everybody, but when we sound together, all our sounds just immerse and create this lovely harmony sound. And we can all be together in one better in a sound than we can by touch. So I'll just invite you all to sing or sound whatever sound you feel most comfortable with. So either Om or Ah or O, whichever you feel, or we did some humming before, so whichever you feel. So, okay, we'll do this just for a couple of minutes, or for a minute. And as we gently bring that to a close, one of the things I love about that practice is that although we all might be sounding at different notes, different lengths of time, our breath is a different length, we all come together with the one sound and it all merges together. So it's a lovely reminder that we are all, however far apart we are all together at the same time. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Sally. This was beautiful and something that you can take back into your own home and your own space. And of course, we have our technology assisted feedback right now. So we're going to have it on screen and you're going to see. So the major takeaways from Sound and Healing Session by Sally Davies. Sound bath to immersion of self, and or sound bath to heal and rejuvenate. That is the first one. And as you move forward to the second one, the gong bath helped me elevate my mood, sync with the positive energy around me, erase the pain within. And as I read out, I'm also sharing my own feedback there. So I'm hoping you've had a chance to complete sharing your feedback. Yes. So if you have, take your time, but press submit because your feedback always counts. I've shared with you. Please go ahead right now and join us because we're moving into the session with dance movement therapy. And of course, we're going to invite Dr. Shoini Chakrabarti to lead us there.
Okay, thank you, Kisha. And thank you all the panelists for taking us through such a beautiful, journey. So what we will be doing now, so before going to session, I just wanted to say, I forgot to name in the beginning. So I wanted to say, thank you, Mohua and Tripti. So it's just, for also helping us from British Council to helping on the communication and the designing part. So now, okay, so now when we are, we are, keep more attention into the body And also we will just feel, we imagine that we are sitting in a circle or we are standing in a circle and we are just touching, you know, each other hand. Yeah. So it's side by side, or we have to imagine that. And just for a minute, feel what's happening in your body. Because I will take you through two music with movement. And definitely today Tilottama is not with me. So it's there will be not demo, it will be immersive for all of us. And so with the first, what I will play a music of Irish folk music, where we will be imagining we are in a circle and we are creating a circle dance, circle movement, you know, to feeling the togetherness, to feel whatever coming into our mind. And next, then we will be slowly move towards our individual space and with Tagore music. And definitely, so then I will, and we will today explore the sense of freedom in the body and mind. So let's start with, you know, let's feel and start to reach out with our circle dance and movement. So let's have the music and feel that we are holding and like a come back. Yeah. Take a pause. Take a pause. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Check what's happening. What's happening into your body and mind. Because we already learned that this is as a whole. The whole. So now slowly we will explore the freedom of our body and mind. So when you will be doing, so our music, a Tagore music will come, and people who are from Bengal, if you can sing also with that music. And this music created by V. Balsara, like that arrangement, definitely it's from Tagore, the everything. So sense the freedom. taste it, feel it, enjoy it, celebrate it, because we are in the close already. So let's, so our togetherness, our co-creation, our enjoyment, our all the feeling, we will celebrate through our body and mind. And when we will be doing that, really, explore each and every part and really go with your flow. Whatever movement coming, just leave it in that space. Okay, so can we have the music? Celebrate that. Feel yourself as a one step. Take all the feelings. Please express it. Okay. Take a deep breath back to your seat or place and just, touch yourself as you discovered yourself as a holistic self with entire body and mind. Feel that, sense that, taste that, enjoy that, celebrate that. Thank you very much.
Well, the celebration of our presence here and the celebration of the gifts that we've accumulated. And I think sometimes the gifts that we take back home are gifts that will stay with us all our lives. So I think today and right through this webinar, we've been accepting these gifts and holding on to them. So right now, I think you're going to be sharing your feedback with us, and we're going to have our poll right out here. So it says major takeaways from dance movement therapy and well-being session. So what are your takeaways? You could tick mark let's feel body sensations every day, and or let's create a creative space within our body by moving ourselves. You have to choose. So go ahead and do that and move on to the second one, which is I will feel my body sensation every day by feeling my feelings, imagining my feelings, releasing and regaining my feelings. So go ahead and share what you're taking back with you. And of course, your feedback there, you just got to put a little tick mark in. And then finally, I will, in my daily self care practice, dance the day through, be in sync with my body and mind, be in movement and creation. You're choosing for yourself. You could choose one, two, or all three. Go ahead and do that right now. And once you submit it, you can sit back and get ready as we move forward. Our circle, our closing immersive circle has immersed us for sure, but it hasn't brought us to the close. We're going to invite you to join us for a couple of more minutes, because as we move towards the close, we want you to join us as we play you this really beautiful song, a song that's going to immerse you. And while you're doing that, we want you to go ahead and get yourself a paper or your gratitude journal and a pen or some crayons. So you could write it in, or you could go ahead and draw it in and express to yourself by making a promise, a well-being promise to yourself, a me time promise. So what you're going to do is you're going to commit to yourself one time or two times during the day where you are going to invest in your self well-being, and what are you going to take forward as your well-being practice. So you've got to go ahead and write that down as we play you this beautiful song. So listen to the words, maybe you'll get more inspiration from there, and listen to the words that say, I am well. You can go ahead and add that while you're writing your well-being promise to yourself. So maybe please have that song.
I am a cloud, I am the blue sky, I am a bird spreading out his wings. I am a flower, I am the sunshine, I am the earth receiving a seed, and I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, let's walk together mindfully. And I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, let's walk together mindfully. I am a cloud, I am the blue sky, I am a bird spreading out his wings. I am a flower, I am the sunshine, I am the earth receiving a seed. And I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, let's walk together mindfully. And I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, Let's walk together mindfully. I am a cloud, I am the blue sky, I am a bird spreading out his wings. I am a flower, I am the sunshine, I am the earth receiving a seed. And I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, let's walk together mindfully. And I am free when my mind is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, let's walk together mindfully.
Oh dear brother, oh dear sister, let's walk together mindfully. And everybody brought your essence to the table. Thank you so much, Sally, for the beautiful rhythm with the rain stick, and every other panelist who was just sharing with us right now. Thank you so much. And everyone at home, we hope that you've written down your well-being promise, a promise to yourself. Me time for myself. That is your promise to you. When? Write down a time, because when you commit to a time, then it becomes easier to keep to it. But of course, you can change it to a time that's more comfortable during the day, but start out this promise. And what are you going to be doing during that time? Are you going to invest in sound, movement, gratitude practice, mindfulness practice, or another practice that you've been doing and you can just recommit to that? So keep at your well-being promise if you haven't completed it, but please do so, and you can share it with us. You can share it in the chat if you want, or you can take a photograph and send it in by message to the Kolkata Shambhed Facebook page. And if you have any question or any feedback that you'd like to share with our panelists, you can write that in the chat. But right now, we're going to invite you to join us for one more feedback. Remember, it's you and us together. So everyone here, the panelists, all the participants, everyone from British Council and Kolkata Shambhed, we're all going to get together and fill up this feedback together. So let's read it. FEAL helped me by enhancing. We've got 3 options. You could choose 1, 2, or 3 of those statements that are shared. Awareness about value of art forms in enriching life, and or my sense and emotions and connections, and or my personal well-being practices. Once you've tick marked that, you'll see that we've got a second feel offered, a positive, playful, safe environment, an inspiring and liberating virtual community space, resources about different art-based well-being. And then, of course, there's the third feedback that we are sharing, which is the well-being series FEAL was a space where I felt inspired to love myself, to identify strength and hope in daily life, feel the strength of togetherness and belongingness. So go ahead and share with us right now. So I hope you've had a chance to complete sharing your feedback right here. Thank you so much, Leena, Srijani, Preeti. There's so much of beautiful feedback here. I know we've invited you to continue your investment of time with us a little longer. So I'm not going to read them out right now, but your feedback to us, your sharing with us makes all the difference. So to all our panelists and to each and every one of you, it's amazing, but this time wouldn't be complete without me now inviting Paramita Chaudhary to share with us her reflections on this entire journey. And it's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
Yes, Keisha, it has been a very beautiful, very inspiring journey. And I'm feeling a little lost that every Friday, every Saturday, we had the space to come and connect to, and it won't be there from next Friday. So, yeah, it's like kind of feeling that it's been wonderful. British Council is UK's international organization for culture and educational opportunities. And through FEAL, we have been doing just that. We have been learning, we have been connecting, and we have seen how what a powerful medium culture can be to come across, connect across countries, across continents, across spaces, with everyone so effortlessly. And it has reinforced again in such uncertain times. So it's been a very important journey. Thank you to everyone in British Council, Manish, Shonali, Mahua, Devashish, Radhika, Jonathan, who supported it from the day one. Thank you to Kolkata Shongbet for the inspiring and the pioneering work that you've done in the field of dance movement therapy and mental wellness, and coming together and working so hard on this, working day and night. And thank you to all of you. Though I'm feeling sad, I also know this is not the end of the journey. You've given us such important feedback. You've shared so many of all your thoughts and what all you got from this process. So we will look into all of that, and we will see how we can strengthen the space that we've created and reach out in a more beautiful and inspiring way. So while we are leaving you, but we are not absolutely not leaving you. All these digital tools, all the webinars, they're all out there. So please make use of them. Please draw strength and energy from them, and write to us and tell us what more we can do to make such spaces more giving and making it more inspiring. And there are also a lot of resources that Shohini has shared. So please do make use of them. Stay connected, stay happy, stay fulfilled, stay loved.
Thank you so much, Paramita Chaudhary. We definitely appreciate the vision that began. And well, aren't we all glad that today we are together and we call ourselves the FEAL team? You're a part of it as well. So to all our panelists, everybody at home, in your home space, I'm hoping that you found a safe space around you, inside of you, a space that you're going to go to and create your own well-being. And to all our panelists, I want let's all put our hands together for Professor Dr. Lata Narayan, Dr. Shoini Chakrabarti, Sally Davies, Ruth Dillon. You all have been amazing. Thank you for your gift to us, the guidance over these webinars. To everybody at British Council and Kolkata Shomved, you made this entire team, the FEAL team, possible, and everybody at home. Aren't we glad we're a part of the FEAL team? I definitely am. So while we're moving out, everybody, let's be totally immersed in our gratitude to ourselves for investing well, for investing this time well. So you know what we say? We say shabash. We say well done. So give yourselves a tap on the back and say it with a little bit of pride, because you did well and so did we, right? Shabash, shabash. Well done. And let that culminate in a nice self-hug to yourself, and send out a couple of these hugs to each other as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And while you move out into your home space, you take all these tools along with you. You take your well-being promise along with you. You take your time commitment to your me time for myself. Isn't that beautiful? So thank you for joining us. Thank you for your feedback, walking this journey together. And that's what it's been, a journey together. So remember, as we head out from our hearts to yours and your heart back to ours, you are loved, you are loving, and you are lovable. So we're going to see you real soon, because, of course, all the webinars are on the Facebook page of Kolkata Shambhed, and we want you to watch them, share them, and revisit them whenever you feel you want to re-access all these tools. And of course, there's more in the pipeline. So we're going to meet you real soon. And we started out right at the start, webinar 1, with how daily creative practice can help during the pandemic. Well, I'm hoping you got your daily creative practice. I'm hoping I will stick to mine as well. So till then, I am Keisha, and I've loved walking this path with you. Thank you so much for joining us. To the entire FEAL team, let's put our hands together.
I am adding FEAL community.
And the FEAL community.
Thanks, Keisha.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Lata, Sally, Shahini, Paramita.
Loud hugs to everybody.
Yeah, big hug.
Yeah, super hugs.